This episode of Wine Chats is proudly sponsored by ReWine,
Melbourne's sustainable wine merchant.
I think the real question is, why do you not believe us that we have like
blood coming out of our vagina?
No,
we 100% believe it.
Yeah.
All right, 100% believe it.
Uh-huh.
Do you become aware?
Here we go.
Are you aware when you're acting like an absolute bitch?
Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo Lindalin and Benjamin.
Hey, how are we all?
We're not good, Ben. You've bashed the shit out of us. But anyways.
My name is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
My name's Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindsay. Oh, no. Also known as Lindalin. Oh, God, we've been drinking.
And we have
Ben, otherwise known as Benjamin.
Love it.
this is part 2 of the episode where we brought Ben here to basically talk about the man brain, but it turns out we got a really good lesson in the woman brain. So, Lindalin, what were we drinking?
Look, we have been drinking and enjoying the ReWine Nebbiolo from our lovely sponsor, ReWine. They are a fantastic little wine bar in Melbourne. So I know Melbourne's freaking locked down and fucked right now with COVID, but they're still doing takeaway and stuff. So if you are in that area, suss them out, in there, get a bottle, like a recycled bottle filled with their fantastic wine.
Yeah, totally.
So this Nebbiolo, it's 2018. It's, look, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's only because I'm not a fan of Nebbiolos. I find them a little bit too alcohol-y. That's my technical term.
Honestly, I liked it.
Yeah, you love it.
I like it. Yeah, I've had 2 glasses.
Yeah, you're drunk
so far.
And she's continuing on. But look, it's a good wine. I'm just not a fan of Nebbiolos. And Ben, you've had a sip. You're not a real big drinker.
I don't drink wine. And as I said, it actually brought back memories of my grandfather. So for that, I'm very grateful.
Yeah, that's
He's passed away.
God, he just keeps getting better, for fuck's sake.
I know.
Ben.
God, Ben. And you're actually also from Melbourne. You were born in Melbourne.
All my family's still down there, yes.
Really? Oh
So a
my
big
God, are
shout
they
out to them.
okay?
Yeah.
Yes, they're going very well.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, thank you.
So huge shout out to ReWine and to Melbourne. And if you're listening from Melbourne, sorry.
Yeah.
We got you.
We're not far behind you.
Well, I was just going to say, we
Yeah.
literally got you because that's a whole nother episode, but those 2 duck lip people went to Melbourne and don't even get me started. I'm so furious
Yes,
with those
I
people.
think we all are.
Yeah. Okay, well, before we get
Anyways,
Lindalin anymore
yeah,
and,
seriously.
crazy, let's roll into the second part of our very insightful chat with Benjamin.
Look, okay, so I think really what this episode should have been about was the female mind, because you are just chopping us up like freaking left, right, and center.
I really thought this would go a different way.
Right? Look,
Do we have any more contraception
no, I
studies?
do. Let's take a lighter approach to things, okay? And maybe, just maybe, this one will lead into us begging you guys out.
Mm-hmm.
Explain, now that you're a scientist, not now, but because you're a scientist, explain the fucking man flu.
Okay.
Why are you such pussies when you're sick?
As I said, scientifically, this has been proven to be true.
God, really?
It is much worse for guys than women.
Lord,
It's much worse for guys.
it's not.
yeah. It
Who
really
wrote that
is,
study?
yeah.
Is it an emotional response to being a bit feverish?
No, I don't know, because you can't put yourself in the other person's shoes.
Right, okay.
But all I know is that there is a distinct lack of sympathy for men when they're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we get sick, everything else keeps going. The world still has to keep turning when we're sick. But when you guys get sick, you're like, oh my God.
Okay, I'm just going to point this back. Do you remember Billy one time when
here we
I
go.
was
Billy?
Real talk.
I was quite sick when we were living in the same sort of house sort of thing, right? I was quite sick. I was in bed, fever all day. And then, again, unsympathetic wife.
Well,
I was going to say, suddenly I have no memory of
Yeah,
this.
you have no memory of this. So I'm sitting there like I couldn't get out of bed. I
Right.
slept pretty much 12 hours straight.
okay.
couldn't move. And like me, I go all the time.
Yeah.
And most of my clients have always joked like, then I'm never sick.
Okay. So you were proper sick.
I was proper sick,
Okay.
but
Which
man
is
flu.
different to man flu.
Yeah.
according to women. Okay, that's man flu. And then my wife started cooking dinner, and I said to her, I go, "Oh, can you please shut the kitchen door because the smell of the meat it makes me sick." I'm
Okay.
gonna-"
Oh no.
And
Yeah.
then she just ignored me because I couldn't get out of bed. I was like, and then literally I had to get up out of bed and I ran to the bathroom and I vomited because I couldn't handle the smell of the meat. I was trying to say, "Can you please shut the door?" You guys were there. And
No, I don't remember.
No, you don't remember that
Were
at all.
you there, Billy?
I don't know what he's
What
talking
I'm trying
about.
to say is it may be, whether it's psychological, whether it is, I don't know, but it sucks. Like man flu,
Yeah.
it hurts us.
No, look, it sounds like you actually, it hurts you. Oh, wee, the world smells violin, wee. No, that sounds like you actually had the flu, not the
Yeah.
man flu.
You sound like you were actually sick. That's
Actually
not fair.
sick.
Well, yeah, that's my only experience with
Right?
the flu.
Because like, well, stop, Ben.
Stop
Give
it,
us
Ben.
some like ammo
But
here.
I don't know. I have not. Again, I've not seen the studies. I've not
Yeah.
seen the research. But I
Right.
do. I'm aware of that. There is a bit of a difference.
No. The only difference is, sorry, I'm going to cut you off and then make your valid point. Ours will be non-factual. The only difference is that we deal with it better and you guys are little
Yeah,
wussy boys.
100%. Because again, this comes back to and the theory that they have
Yeah.
is evolutionary sort of theory where
Right.
women are designed to deal with low load type of stress a little bit better than
Okay.
men when it comes to because you're designed to endure childbirth and
Yeah.
those sort of things where we're not.
Okay, so
Like,
he's obviously just confirmed that we're the better sex. So I think we can
when it
just wrap
comes
it
to
up
enduring
now.
the cold,
Rappity rap.
good on you.
Let's end on that
That's
note.
awesome.
No.
When it comes to putting together flat pack furniture,
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, look, you got us there. You definitely got us there.
Now we're playing.
But do you know, I just have to say this to beg Cameron. He talking about the man flu. So he'll get the tiniest little scratch in his throat, teeny tiniest sore throat. And he's got to have like 12 limb sips. Oh, I'm getting sick. I'm like, dude, it's called a dry throat. Have a drink of
probably
water.
COVID.
Right,
It's
COVID. Like you're
So-
dying. Let's book your funeral. Like it's so ridiculous. God.
Well,
Do we
maybe
have
he's just
anything
better
else?
at hitting a nail on the head quicker. Maybe those Lemsips do get him better quicker.
Oh, stop
maybe you
it.
should stock up on Lemsip.
Ben, stop.
Do we
I
have any
lots.
other mean things to
I can't
ask
defend
Ben?
him on that one.
'Cause
I'm
I-
No, exactly. Mean things, no. But, well, this is a mean thing.
Go on.
You touched base about women menstruating and stuff ages ago, which I wanted to bring this up, but you were making very valid points and making us look bad. So I'll blah, 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 I'll wait till now. Why do you guys, and maybe you don't do this because you actually sound like a really nice guy, when we're bitchy, why do you guys feel the need to say, "Oh, are you PMSing? Are you about to get your period?" Why do you guys say that?
Well,
And
I
on-
don't say that.
On
Of
top
course
of
you
that,
don't.
of course, I was going to say Ben's not going to be that mean.
No.
But like, I think the real question is, why do you not believe us that we have like literally
coming out of our vagina?
hormonal
No, we 100% believe
rages?
it.
Yeah.
All right? 100% believe it. Do you become
Oh,
aware?
great, here we go.
Are you aware when you're acting like an absolute bitch?
Yes.
Yes.
You are.
Yes,
Yes.
we've got the little
Wow.
angel on our shoulder and
See,
the devil.
that's amazing
Totally.
because guys work at about
Yeah.
like a 5.
Okay,
All right.
yeah.
We're pretty neutral.
Yeah.
So we don't get the big highs and lows unless you're a bit manic in that way.
Yeah,
But like but we don't get that. So when you get like that, we're sort of sitting there going, are you actually aware of how much of a bitch you're being right now? Because you don't stop.
Yeah.
You literally keep going until we bite.
Yeah.
Because you want that argument. You
Yes.
want that
We
reaction.
need it.
And we
Yeah.
don't want that reaction. We're sitting there going, man, can we not do this? Can we seriously not do this? Because I don't have the energy for this.
Yeah.
God,
Like,
I
I'm
feel like
dealing
I
with
feel
enough
sorry for
shit.
them again.
Right.
And then, like, you do that, and then you unload, and then we're left sitting there going, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
And then, so that's why we're sitting there, like, all
Okay,
right. Sometimes, all right. No, I'm going to do a bit of a dead giveaway here.
Yeah.
I track my wives.
Oh yeah, cool.
All right.
For sure. And any smart male should.
I was going to
Should,
say,
right?
as you
100%.
should.
But
yeah.
a lot of them don't. So when you
Okay.
come at him like that, he's
Yeah.
like, "Shit, did I actually do something wrong, or are you PMSing?"
Right. Okay, yeah.
And then you don't ask that because then
No.
it sets you off even more.
Yes.
But then they're probably right.
Oh, for sure. And do you know
So
what?
in a guy's head, well, factually, I'm just still correct.
Yes, but do you know what I've done? And I don't know if I've
Oh,
admitted this to
man.
Cameron, but he'll say it to me, and I absolutely hate when he says it. and I've lied. I'm like, no, I'm not fucking PMSing. Meanwhile, totally PMSing. But I don't want to give him that like
satisfaction.
Right? I'm like, no.
Being correct.
But I always say
how
to him,
can you not acknowledge that?
because
how come you
just
don't acknowledge
say,
it?
but don't add. I think that my issue with it, because I always say to him, what are you, fucking 16? Like saying to your girlfriend, are you on your rags? Like I find it so immature.
It's so offensive that he would
Right?
imply that I've lost control of my emotions because of my hormones.
Oh, fuck off, man. Fuck off with your science.
Factual lab coat man over there.
Well, again, I actually want to make this point too, because
Yeah.
women will sit there a lot of the times and say to guys, "Can't you just control your hormones?"
Oh yeah.
I've never said that.
I haven't either.
I've heard a lot of women
But
say
I,
that though.
I
all right?
totally get where you come
So
from.
then,
Yes.
when women behave like that, and then you're self-aware that you are behaving like that, then a day later you're like, "Woo, I was a little bit crazy there."
Totally. I was a bit cray cray. Yes.
But then it would be nice sometimes. Again, you guys probably do, but I don't really receive this. Is maybe a day or two later, just go, really sorry about that.
Oh no.
Yeah, I do.
Sorry for how I behaved that
You
day.
need to.
This was my beef because I said to Henry the other day, literally yesterday, I said, okay, I'm feeling really cranky.
Yeah.
I was going through my hormonal rages and I can
good.
feel, because I know because everything sucks.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
I fucking hate everything. I'm angry at everything. Everything annoys me.
Yeah.
Except
like-
me.
Except you. This is true
Yeah.
because she's
Okay.
not
I
asking for
understand
sex.
that. Yeah. No, I get it.
That's so mean. Anyway, so I had this thing and he was like, but why? Nothing's wrong. Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, dude, you've been with me for 15 years. How many fucking periods is that? How how do you not understand
Well, you should,
that I just
yeah.
go through a period of I fucking hate everything and everything sucks.
Yeah.
And you don't, there doesn't have to be a reason. It's what's going on in your body hormonally.
But that's where I'd just be appreciative if you were that self-aware, where you could sit there and go to him, look, dude, today, just don't.
Yeah,
Right?
just don't.
I'm not in the mood because it's getting to that time
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
And then if you said that, it'd be like, all right, hey, kids, walk on eggshells, let's just be nice.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's be
and
nice
then
to
I
mom.
wouldn't
Yeah.
react. But sometimes, as I said,
Right.
like you guys start, and I'm aware of when her cycle is, but sometimes you guys don't stop because you just
No.
want that.
Yeah, we want
So
the
you,
fight.
you want the fight.
You need it. Like it's a release. You need it.
That's great. You guys get a release. We don't.
Now,
We just cop all that, and then at the end of it, we might sit there and try and cuddle because we want our release now. You just have yours released, and you're like,
fuck
get the
off.
hell away.
Yeah.
So you see what I mean? It's like you get that emotional barrage of all that. And then I joked with it with my little brother once because we were sort of saying, he goes, yeah, his wife just unloaded on him one night.
Right.
And then it was like 11 o'clock at night she started. And he goes, and then like at 2 o'clock at night, I'm like wide-eyed
my
going, what the fuck just happened? And she's sound asleep. You got it off your chest. You're all good now. You go to sleep. And we're sitting there going, what the fuck was that? And then you're like, genuinely, do I like, and everything that, like, I don't know if you guys realize sometimes what comes out of your mouth.
no, not really.
But sometimes I've brought something up with my wife
Depends on the
afterwards,
time.
and she's like, wow, did I say that? I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
So we take all that personally. We take all that on board because at the, like we don't
Jesus.
unload. Again, there are men in the world that obviously are pieces of shit and unload physically and emotionally.
Yes.
I don't want that in any way. But a majority of guys are kind of actually a bit more in touch with their feelings and what people give them credit for. So we can process things and we'll internally process and they're like, hang on, why am I feeling like that today? And then you'll search through and then you'll go, oh, again, this is the process-driven thing. Oh, well, that happened at work, that happened, this piece, like, okay, that's why I'm feeling a bit weird. So I won't take it out on like anyone else. It's my thing to deal with. So we'll process things before we blur it out. Whereas I think women like to blur.
I mean,
it
I just
out.
think as an exercise, you should next time just try and blur and see how it makes you
But
feel.
no, because that's not me. That's not how I work. And then I'm not like that. I don't actually like being angry. I don't like work. I don't like the emotional energy that it takes to do that.
Yeah.
So when people act like that and behave like that, I'm like, what? Why are you acting like
Look,
that?
sorry, go
I was
Bill.
going to say, listen, Henry's very much like that. He doesn't like any kind of conflict. He doesn't like being angry. He doesn't understand what the big deal. Like he just wants to be happy. Let's all just be happy.
Yeah. Why can't we just chill and be happy about it?
Well, we can't because I cannot once a month. I want to be crazy.
Yeah.
And I literally can't fight with him because he'd be like, okay, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, take that shit away. Come back
And
when you're
Henry
normal.
totally isn't a fighter. Like,
He'll
you
shut
guys.
me down. He'll just be like, I'm not dealing with this. Like when you're ready to talk like a human, you come and talk to me. But I'm like,
And that
like
sets you off even more. And then I know.
and
then
that
it gets
incites
going.
me even more. That's
I know.
right.
Oh
I
God.
just
And
don't
then
know
the
how to
amount of
solve
times,
this.
and then like that will happen, and then I'll sit there. I'm like, okay, you're really getting loud now. You're raising your voice, and there's no need to. You can talk about it like a normal adult.
See, that would annoy me even more.
No,
Yeah,
and then,
Don't be
totally.
and then it gets
Yeah.
to the point where they're like, I'll raise my hand. Don't you raise your voice at me?
Yes.
And you're like, oh my
Yes,
lord.
That's me. I am allowed to be crazy, bitchy, like crazy lady.
That is my right.
Yeah, but But Cameron, when he snaps at me, and obviously you, as a male, your voice is deeper and louder and like more bold, if you
Scarier,
will, whatever,
yeah,
scarier when you get upset.
Yeah, and you
I'm
use
like,
that
don't be a
against us.
fucking dick. 100% I do all the time. I'm like,
Why are you fucking yelling at me?
Yeah, no. Well, look, we yell. Cameron and I fight totally different to Billy and Henry.
Yeah.
So we do get quite loud and like energetic, maybe. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah, sure. But yes, when he yells at me, I'm like, don't be a fucking dick. Listen to you. You are such a dick to me.
You are so out of control.
Yeah, right? But then I'm like, right? God damn it. We just keep making Ben's points. Can you... Let's try and change it up again. I'm going to try one more tactic to try and...
This is it. We're going to do too. When you're losing an argument, you'll
right?
segue.
Yes, totally.
Don't you raise your voice at me because you know you've lost.
Yeah.
the
We
actual
will go
point.
until we win.
Until we win.
Win
So,
something.
we-
Do you remember that
Lindsay.
shit you did 10 years ago?
Right?
That was wrong.
It was 11 and a half years ago. No, maybe we can get some points here, Bill.
Come on, Lynn.
Are there any... You ask us. You put it to us about us. About the female.
I
Like,
don't
is there
think
anything that... I know, look, I'm just
I
grasping
feel like
at
this isn't
straws,
gonna go
Billy.
well.
I don't know,
no,
maybe.
that's fine.
Because we can explain ourselves or justify our actions or thoughts.
Oh.
And it could be anything. Teeny, bitty, or... Yeah.
I'm just trying to think because most of those questions
Yeah.
I normally do talk about with people anyway.
Yeah.
Like I'll get those points of view. So that's what I mean. That's why
Yeah.
I kind of try and understand in everything in life, I always try and have an empathetic approach where, like, what's the other person's point of view and
Oh,
putting
you're so
myself in their shoes, those
sweet.
type of
Yeah.
things.
Jeez.
So I always actually try and ask people, like, you know, this and that, and that, why do you feel like this when that happens, sort of deal. So I don't actually have anything specific because I don't.
See, but that just goes away. It goes
I
with the
know.
way you are because you're such a nice guy.
It actually just annoys me because obviously he's very well educated, but he's
Yeah.
also so emotionally intelligent that we should have brought someone who was a little bit more
Yeah, like
of
a
deal.
doofus male. Yeah,
Yes.
like just a guy that thought with his dick, not with his brain.
Yes.
Okay. So, and this is, and actually, to make you even better, Ben,
Go on.
We were talking
Do
before
it.
we started to record about this whole like homemaking chores.
Oh,
type
yeah.
thing.
Yes, yes.
Because one of my issues that I was going to bring up is like Cameron, he helps when he can, but again, he works crazy long hours, whatever. But when he does choose to help me, he'll do like a half-assed job. Like he'll clean up from dinner, but he won't wipe the counter or the
Yeah.
stove off.
Like, why?
Why?
This is where, again, this will be different between different people, not
Yes.
necessarily difference between sexes.
True.
And there was a funny little tweet or something that I saw the other week where it was someone saying, like, I didn't realize there was a wrong way to pack the dishwasher until I got married.
Oh, hell yes.
So
That's so
and
true.
It's like
So
the way that
So
I would
true.
do things and the
Yeah.
way that my wife does things are usually quite different. Okay.
For sure.
So again, this is probably a pet peeve mainly from guys. Guys will sit
Yeah.
there and like in their head, they're like, all right, their wife might ask them, can you please do this?
Mm-hmm.
And then you do it and then they tell you every single way that you did it wrong.
Yeah.
And like,
Oh my God, it's
why
so
did you
true.
ask me then if like just
Yeah.
Lindsay,
But
I told you
in-
this
in
was
my
going to
head,
be
yeah.
a bad idea.
I was grasping at straws, Billy.
But in your head, you're like, man, what the
Yeah.
fuck? Wipe the fucking thing down.
Yeah.
And it goes across with a few different things, but that comes more from a personal difference. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
Okay, yeah.
actually very neat and tidy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm actually the one in
Yeah.
the family that's a bit more OCD.
Right. Oh,
all right. And one
okay.
thing that
Yeah.
would sort of infuriate my wife in the early days was
Yeah.
when we moved into our house, I thought brand new house, start everything off right. And this is
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
me, again, people judge me for what you want, but we had like brand new cutlery.
Yes, I was
and
gonna
would
say the cutlery.
Stack my cutlery.
He would stack the
Yeah,
cutlery. When
yeah.
I'd open the drawer, it'd be like the dessert spoons stacked together with the like normal other fucking spoons stacked
That
together.
just felt right to me.
But I'm baffled. Why wouldn't you? I'm OCD.
Okay,
like what?
right?
What? Billy?
But
Why
then
wouldn't you?
My
Because
wife
you just
said
take 'em
that
out and
just
shove 'em
totally
in.
wrecks
No.
her head. So when she unpacks the dishwasher,
yeah.
it's grab the forks and you
Yes.
throw them in.
Yes.
You grab the spoons and you throw them in. So then
Okay.
it would like, I knew
I
it
did
pissed
my
her
job.
off, but my brain couldn't settle.
Yeah.
I would literally, she'd be talking to me and I
Yeah.
would open the drawer and just really adjust. You know what I mean? And then I
love
was
it.
brought up where you make the bed every day
For sure.
perfectly.
Oh
right?
my God, Ben.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that had to go out the window.
What?
Because no, and it took me like we've been together 22 years or something. Like it's taken me that long to get okay with the fact that I can just throw something back to remotely look.
No.
Lindsay, I told you this is going to be a bad question. I told you that Ben is the one who's the more organized
I'm the
one.
one who's more organised. So, but
Okay.
again, when it comes
Fuck's
to say stacking the dishwasher,
Yeah.
I do it wrong.
Okay. Yeah. So does
I do it
Cameron.
wrong.
It's because you're a man.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just.
Yeah.
And then, but there's the other things where I would sort
Yeah.
of sit there and I'd be like, I need to wipe that down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
What are
you
you
know,
doing?
Yeah.
So, and this is where we sort of discussed it previously, but I actually do most of the washing,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because I actually prefer the way that, say, I would hang the clothes up.
Oh God.
Whereas
You're an
should-
angel. Angel with a penis.
Who is this guy?
Right?
But it
God.
The penis.
so I have to have things balanced out a little bit more. So you
Okay.
know, like
Yeah.
So I actually, when you unload the dishwasher,
Yeah.
she'll grab everything out, chuck it in a thing, and there'll be socks over here and then this over there. No. Me, all the
Yeah.
socks, jocks, everything like that are
Yeah.
in the dryer. All the big items, the pants go here,
Yeah.
the tops
Oh
go
Yeah.
here.
my God.
So it makes it easy for me to fold up
Yes.
later and put away. So
Are you sure you're married? Let's get divorced and we don't have to have sex. We don't. We can just have a nice
That one
tiny
worked already.
house.
That one worked already.
Ben's like, I'm out.
That's a deal breaker.
ReWine is Melbourne's sustainable wine merchant, disrupting the traditional wine industry by selling straight from the barrel into refillable bottles.
And they can refill your bottle over and over again, saving hundreds of thousands of bottles from going to landfill.
And the wines are sourced locally.
So help fight the war on waste, choose to reuse, and join the refiller revolution.
And you're so, because I hate the way Cameron hangs laundry on the line. Absolutely hates it. He folds it over the the line, so it gets all wrinkled and crumply, and it doesn't
So
dry
in his
quick.
head, he'll be sitting there thinking,
I
it
do
fucking
that.
dries either way.
But
What's the
does
big
it in the
problem?
but in the winter time it doesn't. It
doesn't.
takes
But
a
then,
lot
I know,
longer.
and they're little compromises you make
Yeah.
in marriage, because knowing that the
Yes.
other person doesn't do that, and that is not necessarily a sex thing; it's a
Yeah.
personal difference thing.
For sure.
So
yes.
yeah, in that respect, it is hard. And I've actually joked about this a lot with Billy because if some of you don't know, I was the unofficial celebrant at Billy's wedding.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
made it a huge point to try and pre-warn and premonition all of this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So in my initial wedding thing, and it was something it might have been taken lightly at the
Yeah.
time, but it foreshadowed everything because every single male that I've trained, every single
Yes.
man that I've got in my life, and all my mates that are married, have kids, we go through the same process. And it's really funny because two of my very close friends that I train with, they've only in the last year sort of recently had their kids.
Okay.
And they sat there for years listening to my stories and going, dude, that's not going to be me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this.
Oh,
I'm gonna do
fuck
that."
you.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then now they're
Yes.
sitting there going, I fucking swore to myself I
Yeah.
wouldn't happen. And all this shit's happening to
Yeah.
me. All right.
Totally.
Because it's the same sort of dynamic that happens. And that's just married life. That's
Yeah.
just how it works. But I'll get to my point. One of the early things is when Billy and Henry first had kids,
Yeah.
I would joke about,
Oh, do tell. I love this.
Henry being
Yeah.
at work, Billy being at home,
Yeah.
type of thing. All right.
Yeah.
And yes, they are very traditional roles, and it does differ from household to household. In our house, we have a very 50-50 work ratio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I actually, fortunately, I'm in a position where I actually work a little bit less hours. Just so we can work around the kids.
Right.
And we plan that from day one. So
Yeah,
sometimes we're like passing ships where I'll be getting home middle of the day when my wife goes to work.
Okay.
And that's so we can do the school pickup drop-offs, all
Yeah.
those sort of things. But other households that are a bit more old sort of traditional, they might have the female being at home.
Which
So-
is mine.
Which
me.
is Lindsay, yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the big thing with that was always came back to say housework.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and the joke really is all right, when Henry's at work all day, he's relaxing.
Yeah.
He gets a rest all day.
Yeah.
So when he gets home, motherfucker, it's time for him to look after the kids.
Exactly.
All right. It's his
Good
turn.
point.
It's his
Okay,
turn.
rappity
All
rap. Thank
Yeah, let's wrap that up. There's a butt coming. All right. So, but then, and they always sit there and say, like, bringing up kids is a full-time job.
Yes.
It is a full-time job. 100%, because I've been there. I've done that. I've looked after the kids just as much as what my wife did. Okay. But the thing is, he's working a full-time job and then he comes home and you expect him to work another full-time job.
Sure do.
So if you want to work that logic and just go with that logic, isn't it time for you to then go to work now? Shouldn't you be going to work?
I'll go to work, going to bed.
I was going to say, my work is
So then you're
sleeping.
like, it's your turn now. You look after the kids. I've had them all day. They've done my head in. I'm going to go for a bath.
But what about that 40 minutes on the bus to work and from
We've talked
work?
about this.
That's an hour and a half he has.
I don't even have that
all
defense.
to himself.
No, I don't even have that.
That is free time.
Look, it's
That's
fine.
enough to build up this huge amount of resentment towards your husband.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fuck that guy.
You should, Billy, more.
And then the topic on that was, we were talking about that at the time where a study came out where it was saying 60% of the housework or unpaid housework is still done by the female.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would imply that men are doing 40%. That's pretty close
Which
to
is a
50, and they're doing more of the paid work.
Yes.
So they're
and-
working longer hours and still doing a fair bit of housework in my eyes.
God,
And
this guy. Who
no,
invited
look,
him?
I do yet again agree with you, Ben. And I'm like an old school housewife. I don't work except the podcast takes up many, many hours a week.
This is work.
This
We
is
are
work.
working
I'm
right
I'm
now.
chasing my dreams.
Yeah.
I am chasing. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you for again, rappity rap. No, but so I stay at home all the time. Do all the kids stuff, running around, pick up groceries.
Watch
all
Outlander.
No, but I should get
That's
into
me.
it.
That's you,
Thank you.
sorry.
No,
Yeah.
I'm into normal people right now, and Lord, don't even get me going on Connell. He is just
Wouldn't
sexy
it be
beast.
nice if Cameron had time to watch?
It's
binge watch
research, Ben. It's research. We already
Yeah.
discussed this. Okay?
Which actually, I will make a point in a minute that I haven't even told Cameron.
Something I just thought
That's
of.
right.
Yes, that it has come out of normal people. But I don't. The only thing I expect of Cameron when he walks through the door, because again, the kid we eat late, so the kids are normally finishing up eating dinner, is just brush the kids' teeth.
Yep.
That's all.
Okay.
They've already been bathed. They're in their pajamas.
Yeah,
but
right.
that's Cameron's job, so
Yeah.
to speak, and take the garbage out. I'm quite happy to do everything else.
Yeah, okay.
And I don't complain.
And this is where
Except
you...
for suck dick, obviously.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the line you're drawing
Lord,
the center.
no.
Actually, we'll come back to that one in a
No.
moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is where you've got more probably clearly defined roles.
Yes.
And this
Yes,
is
we
where,
do.
again, you probably need the couples to come to that conclusion
Yeah.
themselves rather than it be gender
Yeah.
influenced as
Yeah.
far as that goes.
And
there's a lot of
together,
people, because
right?
some
Yeah.
people take offense to the fact like,
Yeah.
oh, you expect me to do this because I'm a female or you expect me to do this because I'm a
Yeah.
male? No. There's just certain things that need to be done to run
Yeah.
a household.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's just how it
Yeah.
is. So, and if one of them is at work for 12 to 14 hours, they're not physically at home to do those things. So
Exactly.
someone has to do them.
Yeah.
So this is where, all right, and it sounds trite, but if someone's working, they're paying the bills.
For sure.
Right? And that's
100%.
You need that to run the household.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if you balance it out, just as long as you guys find a bit of a middle ground,
Yep.
that's all you want.
Yeah.
Whether it like fuck your gender politics
Yeah.
and all that sort of shit aside,
Yeah.
run the household. And when
Yeah.
you've got kids, it's easier to have clarity on you do it just because it needs to be done.
Yeah.
Right? I have
For
no
sure.
resentment in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So just do it because it needs to be done.
Yeah.
And if I've got time to do it, I'll freaking do it. And if the other person's got time to do it, hopefully they'll do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, and that's what I mean. In my house, because I've worked my work hours the way they are now, I have a better balance with lifestyle. So I'm usually the one that I actually would joke and say like my Fridays are my worst day because that's usually the day where I finish work early, but then I have to do the food shopping, do the kid pickups,
Right.
cook dinner,
Yeah.
wash the clothes for the week,
Yeah, yeah.
do all those things. And it's not till 10 o'clock at
Ew.
night where I actually get to
Yeah.
sit down.
Yeah.
That type of thing where I don't resent that at all, but that's just how the house has to run.
Yeah.
Because we can't just leave the dishes for another day. We need those freaking dishes.
Yeah.
We can't leave the clothes. We need the clothes.
Yeah.
So you need to get those things done. So whoever's at home, do it. But don't necessarily expect the other person to do more if
Yeah.
they've been at work all day. Do this. Just
I think
help
that
each other
has,
out.
and it has to be a mutual
Yeah.
agreement, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so Cameron said the other day he started to get back into boxings, and he goes, I think it starts at 5:30 to 6:30. And 2 points. I'm like, oh, funny, you can leave work early to go to boxing, but you can't leave work early to come home. But I understand his point of view because he needs it as a stress
Yes,
relief. He
yes.
needs that exercise and that form of. He'll be which I get, like he'll be a better person, and it's good for his mental health to go and do this. But he said to me the other day, I want to do boxing more throughout the week. So like 3 times a week. And I said to him, that's fine. However, when you do that, please know, because then he'll get in like closer to 7 o'clock and our kids go to bed at 7:30. I'm like, as long as you realize the second you walk in the door, it's you got to be on as dad.
Yeah.
Like you've got to help me get the kids to bed, brush their teeth, and do what you normally would do. And we kind of had a little bit of a tiff because he's like, oh, you know, I don't need you to say that to me. I'm like, no, but as long as we have an understanding that, I'm cool with you doing that.
Yep.
But
again, this is, I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
All right. And this is a good point. Again, this is something that all of my friends have gone through. And again, a lot of my male clients have gone through. Because when you have kids, like, and I'll tell a couple of stories with this, but with men, if they wanted to still go to the gym, there's a lot of resentment from the wives because of that. Like, shouldn't you be at the home with your kids?
Yeah.
And it's hard to juggle that because, as you said, a big component of it, and because I work in the fitness industry, a lot of the male personal trainers, when they've had kids, it's easier when you're a personal trainer working at the gym to get a workout in.
Oh, for sure.
But for everyone else who has a normal, say, like 9 to 5, a type of office job or something like that, it has to go out of their way to get to the gym and then from the gym to the home, and it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
And I understand that completely. And it's in that respect, from your guys' perspective, you're thinking you're prioritizing yourself over prioritizing your family. And that's a hard one because on the other side of the coin, as you said, sometimes guys need that for a stress relief.
Oh, for
as
sure.
well as females would too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not being sexist when I say that, but I'm just in talking to the males that I've spoken to. Now, from a very personal perspective, I've had some people that are very, very close to me that have had that issue, and they're saying to their wife, like, work is like, because I don't, again, I'll come back to that main point, but I think it's underestimated sometimes the financial pressure that's placed on guys, okay? Because even still in this day where women are working, women have careers, everything like that, for some reason there is still a little bit of that, the main breadwinner should be the guy.
Yeah.
Right? So there's still this huge amount of financial pressure on the guy. The guy should still be the provider. Even though women can look after themselves and women can have their own career and do all that sort of stuff, the guy should still be able to provide for me if I choose to not do those things.
Yeah.
Okay? So there's a huge amount of financial pressure on guys, plus the amount of family pressure, plus the relationship pressure, all of those things. And it's very hard for guys to deal with. So sometimes they need an outlet.
Yeah.
And I've had, I said, very close personal friends of mine, some deal with it better than others, but one of them recently was not coping very well. And he tried to talk to his wife about that. And it, again, no fault of you guys because you guys sit there and go, well, I do this, I do that, I do that. And again, it's not about you. I'm just trying to tell you that I need help. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, but you're not sort of listening. So when they say, oh, are you okay and everything like that, men need to talk more, they're trying to.
Yeah.
All right. And so he was basically trying to say he's not coping and he needs the gym. He needs to train to try and keep some mental sanity.
Yeah.
And then the bad part of that is there is still resentment being built up at home because you're not prioritizing the kids. You're not doing those sort of things. So
she sounds like a shit wife.
Yeah, she
I'm
sounds like a bitch.
Yeah, not like Billy and I. We're so understanding.
wives.
And this is where it's hard because I agree with both sides. And I'll sit there and go, like, because even in my head, I'm like, dude, don't you want to go home to your kids and see your kids before they go to bed?
Yeah.
Like, but you can't say sometimes train
It's
at
a
9 o'clock at night.
catch-22.
It is.
Yeah.
And because I've seen some guys go down a very dark path, sometimes I would say to that, look, they do need that.
Yeah.
But
a couple times a week. It doesn't have to be every night. There's got to be compromise. So
There
like,
has to be compromise, 100%. Until the kids
Exactly.
get a bit older and then you can go.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I agree.
I think that maybe what we've learned in these couple of episodes now, I think that if maybe wives enjoyed sex more or tried to give more sex to their husbands, thus intimacy, they would want to go to the gym less.
Billy,
and they would be home more.
Are you
Is that what I'm...
Probably.
are you a scientist?
I feel like I just earned a degree in something.
Oh my God, she's wearing a lab coat now. Oh my God.
my God, it's on me.
Lord. No, look, this
This has been a bit of a backfire, hasn't it?
It has. But
Not for Ben.
no.
Ben's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's actually been very insightful. And
has.
you've had a lot of actually wisdom, not to sound corny, but like wisdom to
That's
kind
nice to
of
hear.
yeah, no, in all like
In all genuine honesty.
no, yeah, I was gonna say genuity. Is that the word?
No.
That too. I don't have a lab coat. But no, it is a very good
It has been
I guess
very
it's come at a good
insightful.
time because we bag men a lot.
Look, it's not that we bag
no, we
men,
do.
per
No,
se.
we do.
we
Billy,
just
we do.
I think we obviously get so lost in our own thoughts and our own
Yes.
processes.
Yeah.
And when two women are together and we start to talk,
Yeah.
as soon as I open my mouth and say, "Oh my God, Henry did this," suddenly
it
we all have
reinforces
stories.
itself.
Yeah.
So we reinforce our own
Yeah.
ideas. So
Yeah.
I think it was really important to have a man's perspective to remind us that men have feelings.
Yeah.
Huge news
Yeah.
flash,
Yeah.
shock.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk? And obviously, I think it's also really important for women to understand that their husbands have feelings and that we should be more intimate in a way, not from like, oh fuck, now I've got to put out tonight. And
Yeah.
oh yes, I put out tonight and I don't have to do
Yeah,
it for
don't have to
another
do
week.
it for another few days. And you
Yeah.
look at us like we're a chore. You
Yes,
have to cross it
we
off your
do.
list.
Which
And-
is so
100% we
sad.
do.
And we know that.
Yeah.
That hurts us as well. Because
Yeah.
we say, I don't want to be a
God,
chore. I want
stop
you to
it.
actually want to have sex with me. Why don't you want to have sex with your
You
husband?
know, there's been times where I've come up to Henry when he's bending over and I'm like, butt fucking him and being like,
Yeah,
you know,
I do that. But you're being funny, right?
right? And I
Yeah,
touch his
we're being
boobs
funny.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
how you
he's
like this, huh?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And then he goes, but like, I want you to want that.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're just being funny,
I know.
but I want you to want that. And
And then,
So
like, you sit around, you're like,
Yeah.
because you guys will sit there, fantasizing about some guy in something, right? No, I'd let
Yeah.
him do this to you.
Yeah.
But fuck, if I'm going to let my husband do that to me,
No.
he can get fucked.
That's
but then
like
we're
me
sitting
with
there going,
Connell.
well, that's, I know. So that's hurtful.
yes. Okay.
That like hurts
God.
men's feelings. But
All
again, you
right.
can't say that. Because you have to
Ben-
be a man, you have to brush that shit off.
Yeah.
What are you such a pussy for,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's
No,
what
like,
you're saying
God
before.
damn it.
I don't want you to have feelings, but I don't want you to cry about anything.
And no, but
Oh,
is it
Ben, that was off air. That
that?
wasn't.
Yes.
What's it? I get confused with what was on and what was off.
Make
so.
sure that stays in, Tom.
Oh,
no,
no.
but back to my point, it has been, it's kind of leveled the playing
Absolutely.
field. And you have actually brought
Yes.
like a lot of good insight.
Well,
like,
it's been
into
really
the
nice
male
and pleasure
mind,
to be here
yeah.
talking about it. But as you said, I do
Yeah.
enjoy talking about these things because I do
For
want
sure.
another
Yeah.
person's perspective.
Yeah,
And
for
I
sure.
like getting
Yeah.
the banter across. and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting because I think both sides need just to appreciate each other a little bit more.
Yeah.
And
For
I think that's
sure.
what lacks. We get so caught
Yeah.
up in our own bullshit
Yes.
Yeah.
that we think we're the center of our own universe, even when it comes to marriage,
yeah.
that we don't prioritize the
Yeah.
partner enough.
And
Yeah.
this is going to stereotype you, Ben, and I apologize. I don't mean it in a mean way, but just so the listeners know. So, Ben, you said you're a PT. You're a buff, good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Let's not overdo it.
You're not ugly.
No, but
You're
like,
not ugly.
here's
He's my
he's-
equivalent. So obviously he's very good looking.
Billy, stop talking. No, but for a guy, like if someone's going to stereotype you, you'd be like, oh, he doesn't have feelings. He doesn't care. He just wants to fuck.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But here's a guy,
The stereotypical person.
right?
Yep. Yep.
Where you're saying guys have feelings. They cry. They get upset too. Like they
Yep.
need intimacy. So we should actually take that on board even more so. I know
Yeah.
that sounds really bad stereotyping,
I know
but you
how
know what I
many
mean?
women
Like,
listening to this right now are just gonna like run to the closest closed space to take some nudies. And then go home tonight and for like the next 2 days while this is still fresh.
yeah, cuddle
Be
your
just like,
husband and have sex with him,
Come
right?
here, baby.
One of the bits of advice I did give Billy though was sometimes all that guys need is like when he comes over and if you're not in the mood and you're too tired and
Yeah.
everything like
Yeah.
that, and if he puts his hand on you or just happens to press himself up against
Yeah.
the back of his
yeah.
Repeatedly.
repeatedly, just seeing if anything's on a stick. Sometimes you can just give your hand a bit of a squeeze and just
Yeah.
say, "Look, honey, I'm really tired, but I'll wake you up during the night if
Right.
or like in the morning if
Yeah.
blah, blah."
Yeah.
Just it's that like dumb
The
and dumber
easy
moment where it's
letdown.
like, so you're
Yeah.
telling me there's a chance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you know full
Yeah.
well there probably is zero chance,
Yeah.
but at least keep that little bit of a like because otherwise
Yeah.
he's getting to get the impression that I can't stand you, don't
Right.
touch me.
Yeah.
That's a
It's
really good
it's
point.
the easy letdown. Like
Seriously.
Yeah,
the
just give an
letdown
easy
of,
letdown
don't be
instead
a
of
dick.
the rejection.
It's the hopeful letdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
And do you know what? That is actually a very good point. And I think that's probably the best point that you've made. The easiest, maybe, not best,
Yeah.
maybe the
Implement,
easiest.
Besides
Yeah.
the nudes.
Exactly. Yes. Beside
Besides
the
the
news.
regular nudies.
Yeah.
No, not regular. It doesn't need to be regular, Billy. Just
once
once
a
in a
10 year.
while.
Just keep the thread alive. Just enough to
Yeah,
keep
right?
it.
But no, do a nice letdown.
Yeah.
A hopeful letdown. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, let's end it on a good note.
Please.
Let's
I just
rap for real.
feel like everything we've thrown at him, he's just thrown
I
right
know.
back in a beautiful little present.
Damn
And
you,
it's
Ben.
been rather painful.
Right?
The insightfulness of the woman's mind that you've brought is hurting my brain. So
And it was 2 against 1, and we still lost.
I think it was just a good collective discussion.
Yeah.
it
it
really
was.
wasn't,
Yeah.
was it? But
But thank you so much for having me on. I really love
thank
you
you
guys
so much,
and
Ben.
love listening.
Oh, Ben,
Aw,
and
we
you
love
do, and this is
you.
again why I thought you'd be a really good
Yeah.
guest
I do.
because you genuinely listen to us, and
Yeah.
you genuinely are annoyed by a lot of the things that we say. So I think it was fair for you to have
Yes.
your moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Benjamin.
Benny.
Benny,
Linda, Billy, it's been
I still like that I kept my name, so that's good. And thank you for listening. Please find us on our socials. Let's do the thing.
Let's do the thing, Billy.
Let's do the thing. Find us on our
Rapidy-rap.
socials. We are on Instagram and Facebook. We're at Wine Chats Podcast. We're also on TikTok and YouTube. You can find us at Bildo and Lindalin. We have a website, winechatspodcast.com.
We're
you know where to
everywhere.
find us. Just Google us.
If you search wine chats in anything, you'll find us.
You'll
so
find
go
us.
search for us.
I'm sorry, before you...
Oh, yes, Ben, go.
Before you wrap up, Billy has to sing.
No, fuck. Ben, I liked you until now.
I'm going to go with
Oh God, they're gonna both sing. Jesus,
I knew it. I knew you guys sang out there with me. Okay, Ben.
Please don't.
Are you
Oh
ready?
my God, he's warming up.
What?
All right, I'm
Quick,
going to count us
unplug the
in.
mics. Quick.
Shh, Lindalin.
You going to count it?
I'm going to count in.
Oh Jesus
A 1,
Christ.
a 2, a 1,
This
2,
is gonna
3,
be
4.
horrible.
Tin,
Oh my
tin,
God.
tin, tin,
Ben,
tin,
I
tin,
liked
tin,
you.
tin, 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 tin.
Ben can sing. He
We
sing.
did
He
the
doesn't.
harmonies.
Yeah, Ben, you did good.
That was so beautiful. I loved it.
If
I'm
we
gonna
took
cry.
if we took you out, Bill, Ben actually has like rhythm and smooth voice.
I mean, I've edited this out by now.
No, you
Oh,
haven't.
for sure.
Okay, bye.
The thing's already rolling.
Yeah, credits are going.
That was so amazing. Tom, hit the music.